Hey, what's going on, family? It's your boy Jo, back with another video. Today, we are in the mean streets of Brooklyn. I know I joke around when I say mean streets, but this time I kind of fake really mean it. We in Brownsville, Brooklyn, to be more specific. It's where your boy grew up at, not specifically these buildings. Well, these projects or P's. If you're not from New York City, these are NYCMotoVlog houses, but if you're from New York City, we call them projects or PJs or P's. But this is subflow houses. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the group Boot Camp. Oh, kickstand. The group Boot Camp and Smith and Wesson and stuff like that. This is where they're from. But we're going to make our way over to where I grew up at. Brownsville houses, Brownsville P's. Give you guys a short tour. Alright guys, give you a little short tour. Like I said, this is subflow houses. To my right, that's Glenmore houses, Glenmore projects, be more specific. But yeah, man, this is where I grew up at. Stomping grounds. I have family in this project, family in subflow. But I grew up myself in Brownsville, so I'm gonna take y'all towards that way. I should take y'all back that way too. Over that way, you got Howard houses. All right, yeah, let's do that. Show you guys that first, and then we'll make our way over. See, that's Glenmore houses to my right, and we are coming up on Howard houses to my left. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the YouTube series Respect Life, but these projects were featured a lot in that series. This is Howard. There's a lot of the area is Brownsville, but there's a lot of individual projects. Like, they have individual names. It's really weird. Instead of them naming this whole thing Brownsville projects, they gave different buildings different names, and that in of itself like caused division and stuff like that. Like, if you grew up in, let's say, Glenmore, you have problems with guys from Howard, or if you grew up in Tilden, you have problems with guys from Brownsville. It's like real territorial, and I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things. But if you from out here, if you born out here and you grew up out here, like, outside politics and everything going in the world don't matter. The only thing that really matters is what's going on in like your hood or your part of the Brownsville. I had a feeling this guy want to make a crazy U-turn, but he did it. All right. I don't know if you can see those tall buildings over in the distance off to the left. That's Dyke Houses. Yet a different name for NYCMotoVlog housing out here, of a NYCMotoVlog housing complex or whatever. Like I said, we call it a project, so that's Van Dyke projects over there, which is across the street from Langston Hughes projects. I'm gonna take y'all over that way. I think they said that Brownsville has the highest concentration of like projects in one vicinity. Like, I'm gonna see if I can find a aerial view. That's Buffalo to my left. so you guys can see like how like concentrated these projects are. Alright, hopefully this truck sees me. He does. Alright, so that's Van Dyke over to my left. And this is the infamous Brownsville projects to my right. This is where I grew up, and Brownsville projects very, very different from when I grew up here. See all of that over there, that's still Van Dyke projects, and this is Brownsville across the street. So like I was saying with the separation, growing up, you'd be like, oh, I'm from Brownsville, blah, blah, blah. They were like, oh, I'm from Van Dyke. And like, if you was from Van Dyke, you couldn't come to Brownsville. If you was from Brownsville, you couldn't go to Van Dyke. And it's like every project is across the street from a different one. So I'll show you the other side when we go around. But this right here is like the heart of Brownsville projects. This is where I grew up. All of this is different from when I grew up. Oh man, nothing like this, nothing. But that's my building right there, 268. Post up right here. Yeah, that's it, 268, y'all. And I would ride through, but it's different. Back in the day, you could just ride through, but now this place is like swarming with cops. But yo, this is where if you're familiar with Killer Kev, he's from over here. 284, that's the school I grew up with. The second floor right there, that's my grandmother's apartment. God rest her soul, she had that apartment. But yeah, right here, y'all, this is where it all started. I'm gonna take y'all around and show y'all what I meant by the separation, because you see this is Brownsville right here. Well, Brownsville projects, of course we're in Brownsville, but this is Brownsville projects. Wow, memories. Small arm building right there. All of this is way different back in the days. Way, way, way different. Alright. Still Brownsville projects, yo. We used to ball in that. Oh, they still ball in that court over there, yo. I look like the boys right there, but we legal, we good, can't touch us. Oh, my man's in on from this building. Yo, to my right, that's still Brownsville. That's not Brownsville projects. That's the other side. We're not even gonna get into that. We just gonna ignore that and keep pushing. But this is what I wanted to show y'all, the separation. You see to the left is Brownsville projects, and to the right, they call these Tilden projects. I don't know if you saw the movie Brooklyn's Finest, but they shot some of it in those buildings. But my point is that you see how literally right across the street from each other, but I don't know if it's still like this now or not. I don't know these YNs out here now, but back in the day, like, you literally couldn't go across the street. Like, if you was from Brownsville, you couldn't go over there. If you was from over there, you couldn't go over there. Like, I'm talking real drama, like. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But yo, but then you see across that way, that's a completely different project across this boulevard over here. This is Van Dyke projects. So if you're from Van Dyke, you can't go to Tilden. So Van Dyke, you can't go to Brownsville. If you're from Brownsville, you can't go to Van Dyke. Like, I guess you guys I'm probably tired of the point I'm trying to make, but this is basically Brownsville in a nutshell, like how the division goes. What other projects did I miss? Oh, all right, Langston Hughes. They used to call that LA's. We're just gonna ride by Langston Hughes, and I'm gonna start making my way back. I'm going back uptown. I'm not gonna record the whole ride. There's highway along the way. I would love to show you how the highway footage, but number one, highway footage to me is kind of boring, and number two, like I said in other videos, the wind noise that this helmet generates, it's like, I don't know, it's a turn off. So I'll spare you out the highway part, but I should have saw me on my way here. Yo, on the Jackie Robinson Parkway, lane splitting like crazy. Oh, they got something going on. NYPD Community Affairs Edition. I don't know if you can see that building to my left. I'm straining my neck to see it, but that's my old public school, like right in the middle of the project. Shout out to 284. Shout out to Mr. Rubin. Word. Yeah, that was a different time. Y'all know who Mr. Rubin is. If you know, you know. Yeah, so like I said, oh man, I see some things never change. Same old, same old. I know this light is about to change and we still stuck, yo. We going. Alright, we good. Alright, so yeah, this is what I wanted to show y'all. You see these buildings to the right? This is Langston Hughes. We used to call it LH. Right across the street from Brownsville. And like I said before, like if you're from LA, you can't come across the street. I mean, you could. It depends on, I don't know, but it would be, you know, we're not even gonna get into that. But that's how the separation was. And like I said, it's crazy when you grow up in this environment. You guys might be thinking like, you know, it ain't that serious. But when you grow up here, like it's all about your rep and XYZ, blah 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 blah. But the crazy thing that these dudes don't realize, they do all this stuff to, you know, get their name up or get their rep up, whatever you want to call it. And your rep is only as good as like your block or your building. Like if you go across the street, you think those dudes care about who you, I mean, some dudes, I ain't even gonna hold you. Some dudes, you know, they held it down like that. But for the most part, like anybody could, I mean, I digress. That's not what we're here to talk about. We talk about how we were fortunate to make it out and we on to bigger and more blessed things thanks to the Creator. Let me focus over here. This is the shopping area. That was Belmont to my left, and this is Picking coming up. This is like the, you know, the local shopping area. Like if you, they got a little bit of everything over here. Some fashion, some food, whatever the case. True, because why not? Then she looks at me. Fashion, food, we going to the front. We got the power to do it. And we busting this right. Alright. Oh yeah, so they got a little bit of everything over here. If you didn't want to make your way to downtown Brooklyn, this is where you would come get your little whatever you need from over here. I see still the same old same. But like I said, yeah, I'm about to work my way back up. I'm going to stop recording at some point randomly, I imagine. So before I go, I noticed that, you know, my videos get whatever amount of views it gets, but the likes, can't stress it enough, people. It's like a free way to support the channel. Like I really would appreciate it. So if it's not too much trouble, like I always say, can we squeeze through here? Probably. Be that cool guy or gal. Come on. Dickhead. Be that cool guy or gal. Alright. To hit that like button. Alright. You know, act like you didn't see me. Act like I didn't see you either. It's Brownsville, son. Oh man. What was I saying before we digressed into hooligan mode? So I would have still been stuck back there with all those losers. Oh yeah, be the cool guy or gal to like the video at least, please, and consider subscribing if you like content like this. Your boy exploring the city on the Triple Street, and I'll catch you in the next one. Deuces.